Hi, it's your designated non-binary Indigenous person of the day, Birdie Sam. We're going to talk about Ann Coulter and what she said on 4th of July. It was bad. So there it is. She said it in response to a video of an Indigenous professor speaking on decolonization. So Girly Pop is making her insecurities everyone's problem again. And now we have the whole Indigenous community getting really loud. We also have a bunch of white allies who are also very angry. Multiple national Indigenous groups that are making statements on it. However, there's a few things I have noticed that I would like to point out, which I did post about over on Threads. And I'm here to remind everyone that this should be about amplifying Indigenous voices, not an opportunity for you to have a hot take to own the conservatives. If you're a non-Indigenous person who had a hot take on this situation in the last few days, and you didn't direct people to amplify Indigenous voices and you didn't share your platform with smaller Indigenous creators, this isn't about tagging me, okay? I appreciate and love and thank everyone for all the tags and the shout outs over the last few days. It's been wonderful. However, I have noticed after all the dust has settled, my algorithm has been showing me some of the mega viral posts about it from a few days ago, and they're not Indigenous accounts. I'm talking numbers with hundreds of people in the comments saying all kinds of things that are not centering the Indigenous community at all. It's a lot of it's very uninformed, and really, like, we need Indigenous people leading the discourse on this, not white people. So I have to say the uncomfortable stuff today, I guess. And to those this doesn't apply to, it doesn't apply to. But to those it does apply to, I've seen the posts. I know. So there's opportunities to course correct. We're still early on in this. Start finding some Indigenous accounts that you like. There's a whole wonderful thread that I've shared over on Threads full of wonderful content creators with all kinds of backgrounds. And so the work is being done to seek out these qualified voices. I encourage the rest of you to also do that. That's the main point. That's the big takeaway. Because the hate comments have been astronomical, even before Anne said what she said. And this is something that we've been discussing amongst ourselves within the Indigenous community. We deal with hate comments like this every day. Not just me, but many other Indigenous content creators. The racism is awful. We're very grateful for comment filters, but once upon a time I didn't have those, and my comment sections looked really different. And I'm just glad people are listening now, and people are now deciding it's a problem. It's been a problem the whole time, and it's a much bigger problem than most people realize. But I hope this is the day that people start listening to Indigenous voices and not just each other. Anyways, I think that's all I have today. I didn't mean to sound like a mean librarian lecturing folks today, but that's kind of where we are. I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay, goodbye.